we'll see two teams that have played 34 times. But they've been playing each other since 1933. It's the Eagles and the Lions, and it's headed your way.
Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports.
And this will go as a touchback, and they will begin things at the 25.
So now here comes the Eagles offense as they get ready to take over. And we get a glance here at their leader, the man who will be calling the plays under center. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. The numbers for Sanders last week, 2 trips to the end zone and well past 100 yards.
And going back and watching the film, we saw every kind of run from him, didn't we? We saw some power, we saw finesse, we saw speed, and what I love the most, he finished each and every run.
Looking here for Smith downfield.
And that nearly an interception here on this opening drive, but he gets a reprieve. It's 3rd down.
And Charles, despite this list of key inactives that we see here, they've obviously still been pretty successful.
Give everyone credit for this one, because to me, when that happens, key guys are out, the next man steps up and plays well, but that starts with the organization itself, all the way through. No excuses for guys being out, finding guys who are capable backups who can step up and play when they need them, and we've seen the results of that. This team knows how to work through things.
Defense had a chance to get off the field here on the opening drive, couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get a little bit numb because they're always going to talk about how important 3rd down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized, and the other, as you said, had a chance to get off the field and didn't get it done.
It's a 2nd down run with Sanders. Sanders, a 1st down, still going. And he takes it across the 50 to the 46-yard line.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. They find some open field here. And he's in for the score, and his spectacular season continues as he ties the NFL touchdown record.
He is phenomenal.
Elliott good with a PAT, and it's now a 7-0 game. So that drive, 6 plays, 75 yards. And it was Miles Sanders who finished it off with a touchdown run. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
Taking it about the 1. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. 3 tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10.
To throw, it's Kaepernick. Open man, he's got him, the tight end, Hockenson. A gain of 6 there on 1st. We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion that we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some points in this game, so offense has to be ready each and every time to either equal or try and get us ahead and try and keep us ahead. This is their chance to respond to that first touchdown given up.
Kaepernick wants to throw on 3rd and 1. Oh, they would have gotten a conversion if he could hold on. Instead, the drop means it'll be 4th down. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. A pretty good punt, but a nice 13-yard return. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. It'll be Sanders to begin the drive. And he's going to get it across the midfield stripe into Lion territory.
83 yards rushing now for the NFL leader coming into this ball game.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. Shotgun snap, and then the give to Sanders. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. One thing's for sure, this defense has to figure out how to stop the ground game. He's eating him up here in the first quarter.
It looks like they have to go to different forces, aren't they? The conventional things aren't working too well. So I remember a coach of mine saying way back when a back's having a great game, you've got to get the ball out of his hands. See how far he can run without the ball. And what he meant was takeaways, knock it loose, because maybe you can't just stop him with just regular tackling.
They'll run on first down. It's Sanders, and he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. It's a gain of 7 on the ground. Second down coming up.
Well, this run defense gets an F so far. They're letting this guy carve them to shreds in the first quarter of play. He's already hit the 100-yard mark.
Second down, back to Sanders. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. They'll get nothing out of that one, and it's going to lead to a third down. On third down, they'll run it with Sanders. And he is into the end zone, and the touchdown record is now all his. So 2 drives, 2 touchdowns here in this first quarter, and he's got both of them.
Well, he's certainly setting himself up for a big game here, and I think if the play caller doesn't get in his own way, they should keep riding him the entire way of this game. Until the defense proves they can stop it, that's what I would call.
14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Elliott now to kick this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Let's go, let's go. Lions take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. In the midst of, well, let's just say a not-so-rosy losing streak. They've got the open. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. Brandon Graham make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. Just not much a quarterback can do there, CD. The pressure was in his face almost instantaneously, led to a very quick sack. Now Kaepernick. They'll try and set up the screen to Swift. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
That's a gain of 8. Brings up 3rd and 8.
On 3rd and long, it's Kaepernick. That's going to be caught by Josh Reynolds. And he is going to have a Lions first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 32-yard line.
They run out of the gun with Swift. He'll be tackled shy of the 35. The power move there couldn't buy him much space. It was T.J. Edwards who brought him down. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Here's Kaepernick to throw. Flushed out right. And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a halt. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's 3rd down.
Watch the slant, watch the slant. 49.
Now Kaepernick. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Here's Jack Fox now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. Nice work on the return as he gets about 15 yards back. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
On 1st down, it's Sanders. This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line. So this game, Charles, you know, we talk about potential unbeaten seasons a lot. It feels like every year at some point in the season we talk about that. But this is one of those games where if you're unbeaten, you got to be careful. You can't take this one too lightly.
You're exactly right about that.
And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Miles Sanders on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Eagles had 6 to their lead. Elliott good on the extra point, and it's now 21-0. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it was Miles Sanders who finished it off with a touchdown run. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line.
Let's go.
Another shot now for this Lions offense. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot down.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Steven Nelson. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down.
But defensively, you're over there trying to catch your breath and try not to show the offense that you're a little bit fatigued. You're right back out there after the turnover. Now they've got to work towards getting another couple of stops and forcing them into at least a long field goal situation.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
When you look at the scoreboard, you'd think they'd be pretty comfortable right now with this lead, but these guys are absolutely not going to let up. They want to increase their lead, and they want to do it with a big play. Unable to connect in that attempt.
That ball nearly intercepted, but he could not hang on. Oh, pick there certainly would have been nice. Instead, at least, it'll be 4th down.
A 50-yard attempt.
The kick by Elliott is good. And the route is on. It's 24-0. So everything else has gone right in this first half. Kind of follows that it would for their kicker, too, as he adds 3 more onto the lead.
Yeah, and the way that this one's gone, definitely not looking like he's going to have to worry too much about pressure kicks late in the game. He can go out there free and easy, just work on his form, and he knocked that one through.
And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And last time wasn't pretty. 1 play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. Well, Charles, you think about this defense. This week in preparation, you couldn't hide the fact from them that they're facing a team that's lost 7 in a row. You just wonder if they prepared the same way they normally do.
Yeah, that's a great question because normally that preparation goes into what you do well on defense. What is the best thing that you do going into a game? But in this case, you might want to take all the tendencies and throw them out the window. I would expect them to throw every trick play in the book right out of the gate in order to try and get something established and get things moving.
And he'll be stopped here well short of the first down at the 24-yard line. Call it a gain of 4, but not enough. The punt team going to need to be summoned here on 4th down.
Well, the guys who are paid to make the tackles deserve some kudos there, but I think they deserve even bigger ones because in that situation, they had to be thinking pass. Loosened up defense, going to pass coverage. Instead, maybe they surprised them a little bit running the ball.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And with good starting field position and 3 timeouts as well in their pocket, no reason not to try and put a late scoring drive together. And this is caught inside the 5. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Well, we saw this plenty last year in college. He loved to take his shots downfield, and
And that throw, that was a thing to behold there.
And as that ball was hanging in the air with the receiver streaking downfield to meet it, here in the stadium, you could just sense the crowd thinking, oh, no. And their worst fears were realized as that one turned into a long touchdown.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
Taking it about the 1. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. DeAndre Swift heading back out with his Detroit teammates.
And for him, it's been pretty limited involvement. Down on the scoreboard, maybe time to turn to this guy.
And you know me well. Winning games to me means starting with the running game and continuing to press the running game. Maybe you go away from him a little bit now, but the bottom line is he hasn't touched it enough to make a difference.
They haven't established that running game yet. The question is, will they? So they'll get 8 out of that completion, and that'll bring up 2nd down. So we are at halftime. Well, why don't we hold off on the halftime update after all? Seems like everyone's ready to go here for the second half in Week 8 in the NFL.
All right, Coach, thank you very much as we welcome you back for quarter number 3.
It'll be Lions football to start the second half, and they trail here as we get back underway on EA Sports.
Taken from about the 12, and he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
The Lions offense now with a football first here to begin quarter number 3.
And they have a mountainous deficit looming in front of them. It was really, Charles, a disaster of a first half, so where do they go from here?
Well, first thing after him,
Kaepernick hit, fumble, he lost the football.
The quarterback set.
a lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
On second down, Swift.
And a short 3-yard pickup gets him up to the 15.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got to just pin their ears back and get after them now.
And that is incomplete.
And the passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
And now headed the other way, they're across midfield.
They call that a punt of 38 yards officially. The Eagles in good position to start out as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. They'll run with Sanders. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40.
And even 150 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material.
Here's Sanders, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
At the 39-yard line.
And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. Call it a loss of 14 on the play, and that'll bring up a 3rd down and very long. They'll set up to throw. Airing it out deep for Smith. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. The Eagles send out their punter now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the... And look at this, it's a fake. And this is caught, but he will not make the 1st down marker. That'll be a turnover on downs.
Boy, that's asking a lot of your punt team there, and they were not able to deliver.
It's asking an awful lot of the punt team there because if it's 4th and 4, 4th and 3, you've got a chance, right? That's a manageable distance to try and pick up when you're running a fake, but When that number's actually been in the weight room and it's pumped up like it was, that's difficult to do, all right? So you might even think to yourself, if I left my offense on the field, would they be able to pick that up? You could run a nice play and not get that distance.
And the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
Now a shot taken on third down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
I'm getting the sense that this offense is getting frustrated. Here we are into the third quarter, and they've had plenty of opportunities to get in sync. Thus far, that hasn't happened. They're looking for answers both on the sidelines and in the huddle looking at each other.
There he goes, right side. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Well, he covered a lot of ground, 82 yards on the punt return. And the Eagles are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Elliott good with a PAT, and the lead will swell by one more. Well, we know he has home run hitting ability in the punt return department, and he showcases it there all the way back for 6. So after the punt return touchdown, let's see what their opponents can do with this kickoff. Taking it about the 1. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? Well, a lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
He's airing it out for Williams. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on third down. To throw, Kaepernick. He rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked up by Steven Nelson. And to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over. They go play action here on first down. He'll find the Heisman Trophy winner, Devontae Smith.
Well, I certainly don't want to pile on, but this defense has just not been up to the challenge in this game, and this continues as we see here. Coverage, not been very good, soft in spots. And there's an easy throw and catch for another first down.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Miles Sanders, 29 yards. And the forced turnover on defense leads to 6 points. Elliott good on the extra point, and that will extend this big lead. 1 play, 2 plays, touchdown. That's all it took there. A very short and sweet drive that got him in the end zone. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. A fairly short kick from the 14. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. The Lions offense, they get ready to head back onto the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. And he's going to lose yardage here, as they will switch ends as time has run out on this third quarter of play. Back now at Ford Field. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play as we've played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete. Here comes the Lions punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. That's taken it around the 40. A good kick that time, but also a pretty good 15-yard return. And the Eagles will have great starting field position here as they take over. So here are the Eagles to take over. They've got the lead right now, and remember, they are riding that very impressive 7-game winning streak, trying to push it to 8. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Man, 188 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now a carry for Sanders. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. Running right, here's Sanders. And running with power here. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a 1st down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
Tackle there by Alex Anzalone. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Miles Sanders, a 13-yard touchdown run. And the Eagles add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. Elliott good with a PAT, and the lead will swell by 1 more.
Jake Elliott to kick off for Philadelphia.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Takes it at the 7. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Now the Lions offense, they get ready to head back out there. It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide, but that just has not been the case. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Kaepernick will try again on 2nd down. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. They'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's 3rd down. To throw is Kaepernick. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. Derek Barnett in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. Here comes the Lions punter now as he's on to kick it away. And he's able to get it out of there. It's fielded at the 45. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair.
Let's go!
So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They'll run. It's Sanders. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Elliott now to add the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. So 2 plays on that scoring drive. That's how they drew it up. And the long run into the end zone, and what a run it was. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. This fielded right at the goal line. And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped at the 14.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
57, Mike, 50.
Throwing now is Kaepernick. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked by the former Lion, Darius Slay. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD. Elliott on for the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they throw the pick-6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Taking it about the 1. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And you hate to see this for them, but they're looking at yet another loss to begin this season. Things really going from bad to worse as they trail here starting this drive 1st and 10 in the 4th quarter. And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. To throw, Kaepernick. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in. From the gun on 3rd down, Kaepernick. And that'll be caught. It's St. Brown. And all the way down to the 22-yard line. Now they got to get to the line quickly. Now Kaepernick again. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. Kaepernick going to throw. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Working from the gun, it's Kaepernick. And that will be caught, but out of the end zone, says the field judge. It's ruled incomplete. The 3 straight incompletions, they don't care. That hasn't dissuaded them. They're going to go for it on 4th. Now Kaepernick, got to have this one. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Eagles defense able to hold. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And it's all but certain that this win streak is going to extend another week. Just another tremendous performance in this one. And he'll be taken down here, and that is how this one is going to come to an end. So it's a victory here for the Philadelphia